Assalamu alaikum students, I hope that all of you are fine. Today we are going to discuss May-June 2024 paper 1 variant 2 Economics 2281 by Zahra Soban. So it's a multiple choice question, multiple choice paper in which we are given with 45 minutes, and from those 45 minutes we are going to have 30 multiple choice questions. So it means that for one question we are given 1.5 minute, right? Okay, let's start this. First of all, we need to know that what the scarcity is, as first MCQ is about why will scarcity always exist. So scarcity, we know that scarcity always exists because of unlimited wants but limited resources. So for this we will see, okay, their high cost of production, no, it's not related to this one, right? This is not going to be here. Then if I say that there are low level of education, if it is not comparing with the other one, तो education भी नहीं होगा. Then if there are unlimited resources, no, it's about limited resources, so that is why it's also not. So there are unlimited wants. Yes, this is the answer, that unlimited wants would be the correct answer, right? Okay, next one. Second is, a student decides to take up a 2-year apprenticeship for which she will earn $10,000 per year, right? So after that, she expects to earn $25,000 per year. She could take an unskilled job which pays $60,000 per year instead of apprenticeship. What is the opportunity cost of 2 years of completing the apprenticeship? Acha ji. Now it says that what is the opportunity cost? When we are having the concept of opportunity cost, it means that we need to focus this word instead of apprenticeship. इसको कंपेयर करना है हमने इस apprenticeship के साथ. If she does apprenticeship for 2 years, so it means that she is going to earn $12,000. Sorry, $20,000. But if she doesn't go for apprenticeship, rather than she goes for the job, unskilled job, so she can earn $16,000. So here it means that for if she have opted apprenticeship, it means she has foregone $6,000 per year. She has foregone $6,000 per year. So it means okay, this would be the answer. 6,000 multiply by, as it's for 2 years, multiply by 2. So it would be $12,000. B is the correct answer. Moving. Okay, now the third one is related to production possibility curve. What it says that the diagram shows a country production possibility curve which current combination of capital and consumer good would produce the greatest number of consumer goods in future. So it is saying that in future what would be the greatest combination, what would be the greatest number of consumer good that could be produced in future with the help of the combination of consumer good and capital good. It means that if we are thinking about the future, so we should not consume anything now in the current scenario. So for this, if he if he like invest all his resources to produce capital goods, then we can produce, or he can produce, the greatest number of consumer goods in future. So PO would be the answer. Means that if he is investing now only just in capital goods, right? So that is P and O, right? Next. Easy. What is not a macroeconomic topic? So we know that this GDP is a macroeconomic topic. Consumer price index, that is inflation, is also a macroeconomic topic. Unemployment, macroeconomic topic. And total output of Germany car, a total output. Okay, Germany car industry. It is saying about a single industry, that is car, not all industries. So this is not a macroeconomic topic. This would be the correct answer. D. Next. What is likely to cause an extensionist demand of a firm fruit drink? Okay, extension means we know that in extension there is a change due to price, right? There is a change due to price. So a period of hot weather, no, this is a non-price factor. A reduction in cost of producing milk. If he is producing milk on lower cost, so it means that the price can be, change, can be decreased. So this could be an answer, but we'll look other options as well. A rival firm leaving the market. A rival firm, this is not the answer because again other factor. A successful advertisement. Advertisement is also another factor. So appropriate answer would be B over here. Next. Okay, the success. Supermarkets sell petrol outside their stores. They reduce the price of petrol below other suppliers to attract more customers to buy goods in the store when they buy more petrol. If this were successful, how might it be shown on demand supply diagram? Again, what it says, supermarkets sell petrol outside their store. They reduce the prices of petrol below other suppliers to attract more consumers to buy in the store when they buy more petrol. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? They are selling petrol outside their store, but if people are going to buy petrol in their store, so they are going to reduce the prices to attract the consumer. So it says that if it is successful, what would be the effect on demand and supply diagram? So first of all, it says that show the effect on demand and supply diagram of petrol. So petrol के बारे में they are saying that they are going to sell more, sell outside their store. They are going to sell more, so it means shift in the demand curve. No, petrol का supply करना है, sell है. Shift in the demand curve to right, no. Shift supply curve to the left, no. They are going to increase it. So shift of the supply curve to the right. So this could be an answer. Now we have to look into it. Either this option is correct or not. So here it says demand and supply diagram for the store's good. Obviously, he wants to buy more customers. More customers means that more customers are going to demand from the store. It means the demand curve is going to shift outward or rightward. Yes, this is the correct answer. So D would be the appropriate answer for this. Next, which statement describes a market disequilibrium? We know, first of all, what the equilibrium is. Where here it is price, here it is quantity, this is supply curve, and this is demand curve. Right? This is an equilibrium point. Any point uh, other than this, like this and this. So any point above equilibrium price and below equilibrium price are disequilibrium. Now, excess demand result from government maximum price below equilibrium. Yeah, it could be an answer because this is maximum price, maximum price. This is minimum price. Minimum price is price above equilibrium. Maximum price is price below equilibrium. So yes, this could be an answer, but let's look the other options as well. The point where demand and supply crosses. No. Where demand and supply crosses, that is an equilibrium point. Price changes causes further change in both demand and supply. Prices changes, demand and supply both changes. So might be there would be an equilibrium. D is the quantity demanded by consumer equally, where quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. That is also an equilibrium. So it means that this A would be the answer for this MCQ. Next, in response to an increase in price from 5 per kg to $6 per kg, a farmer increased the supply from where 400 kg to 500 per kg. So what is the price elasticity of supply? First of all, we need to know that what is the formula of price elasticity of supply. So it is percentage change in quantity supplied to percentage change in price. So change, we need to find out the change. Price, first of all, we are going to discuss about the quantity. 400 to 500, 100 का change है. 100 और initial क्या था? 400. Original quantity is 400. And here change is $1. Original is 5. So it would be 0.25 divided by 0.2. So by dividing it, we will get 1.25, right? So 1.25 is D. Next MCQ is number 9, which says, which government measure is most likely to cause a fall both in price and quantity traded? Okay, so think about it, that which can be the reason to decrease the prices. So here, if we look at indirect taxes, know that it is going to increase the prices. Maximum price and minimum price. Okay, let's again look at this, that what the maximum price is and what the minimum price is. So here, this is an equilibrium price, right? So this one is the what? Minimum price. and this one is maximum price. Okay, and this is equilibrium price from E. So price increases by minimum price. No, it says fall in both price. So price decreases by here by maximum price. So B could be the answer over here. And subsidy, no. So B is the correct answer. Next. Okay. The diagram shows the wage rate of the cleaners and nurses. दोनों की wages they have given us. And now they are saying that what is the result of national minimum wage of OM. वो कहते हैं जो OM है, this is a national minimum wage. What would it do with the wage rate of cleaners and wage rate of nurses? So for cleaners, wages are going to increase, right? Wage for nurses, this M is here. This is going to increase. So इन दोनों में से कोई ना कोई आंसर है. Now if it is fall or no change, here what generally students will assume okay OM is down, so WM say this is going to decrease. But no, this is not going to decrease. It will having a no change because this is not a minimum price. This is a maximum price, right? And they are asking about the minimum wage. If there is a wage above this over here somewhere, then we can say that it has increased. But here it has no change related to the minimum wage. So D would be the appropriate answer for this question. Next, 11. What would cause a decrease in spending by the household? We know that the household has disposable income to spend to buy goods and services. So the spending is going to decrease. It means the reduction in disposable income. A. Reduction in the rate of sales tax. No, if the sales tax is going to decrease, people are going to buy more. Spending increase hogi. So no, this is not. Lower interest rate, it means people are going to borrow more. Borrow more means they can demand more, they can spend more. And lower savings. Lower savings means they are spending their money. That is why they're consuming, right? So ye bhi, this is not also the answer. So I'm giving you the reasons that why one option is correct and the others are not. Next. Which combination shows the advantages of a small firm over the large firm? First, it says better communication. Yes, better communication. If it's a small firm, they are going to be a better communication. No, this is same. No need to think about it. Lower average cost. So a small firm will be having lower average cost? No, this is going to be with a larger firm. So larger firms are going to have lower average cost, but the smaller firms have no lower average cost. So C would be the correct answer. Okay, what is the variable cost for the firm? Variable cost is the cost which changes with the level of output, right? So the cost of raw material, yes, if we are going to produce more goods, it means raw material cost is also going to increase. So A could be the answer. We need to look to the other ones. Interest payment on existing loan, this would be fixed. No, it's not the answer. Rent on the factory, fixed. Insurance on the factory building, again fixed. So A would be the correct answer. Good. Next. Okay. The table shows the daily average revenue and the units of output sold for a firm producing bicycles over 5-day period. There are different days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Average revenue, units of output sold. What can be concluded from the table? Okay, so first of all, I need to look at the options. The firm's highest total revenue. They have given total revenue? No. So it means that we need to find total revenue first. So total revenue. Total revenue is calculated by price into quantity, right? Total revenue is calculated by price into quantity. So here average revenue is price and output is quantity. So total revenue would be for day 1 200 into 2 400. Then 160 into 4 is 640. Then 120 into 8 is 960. Eighty into 14 is 1120. You can use calculator for calculating these things. Calculator is allowed, so kindly take your calculator along with you. 40 times 16 is 640. Okay, now we are going to look at the options given below. The firm's highest total revenue occurred at 2. Highest total revenue at 2, 400. No, highest is 1120. This is occurring at 14. The firm's highest total revenue occur at 14. Yes. Okay, let's look at the other ones. The firm price are always greater than total revenue. Price is 200. No, it's lesser than total revenue. So it's false. And here the firm's total revenue always increases as output increases. As output rises, total revenue also rises. Increase kara, but here it is decreasing. So it's not always increases. So this is also not the correct answer. V would be the correct answer for this. Next, easy. What function? Money acts as a measure of value. So there are 4 functions. Medium of exchange means that we use money to buy goods and services. No, this is not a measure of value. Standard of deferred payment means that we use it for the future payments. No, it's not the correct answer. Store of value means that we can use it for saving purpose. So it's not measure of value again. Unit of account. Yes, we can express it in terms of other goods and services. So yes, this is the appropriate answer. So D is the correct answer for this question. 16th is that what are the features of highly competitive market as compared to monopoly? And we need to look into the prices and the profits. Okay. So features of highly competitive market as compared to monopoly means monopoly is the one who can charge high prices. So highly competitive market is going to charge low prices, right? So we have to think from these two. Now, let's see that highly competitive market. It means that it have more competitors in the market. So it means the profit is going to be lower, not higher. So D would be the answer for this. Next, what is not a role of central government in mixed economy? Okay, it's a mixed economy. So in a mixed economy, we need to know that what is not a role, right? So mixed economy is the economy which is a mixture of private sector and public sector. So not role of government, providing demerit good. Obviously government is not supposed to provide demerit good. Okay, then this could be the answer. Providing merit good, it's any government, either it is planned economy or mixed economy, they have to provide it. बिकॉज देर इज नॉट, तो मैं इसको क्रॉस कर रही हूँ, प्रोवाइडिंग पब्लिक गुड्स, ये भी गवर्नमेंट का काम है, इसलिए ये भी आंसर नहीं होगा. स्टेबलाइजिंग इकोनॉमी, दिस इज ऑल्सो द टास्क ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. सो येस, it's A, that providing demerit good. This is not the role of the central government to provide demerit good to the people, right? To the economy. Next, a government wishes to prevent deflation. Deflation is decrease in the prices, continuous decrease in the prices of the um, economy, in the economy. Which combination of policies would be more effective in achieving aim? They need to reduce deflation. So it means that money supply should be reduced. Money supply should be reduced. How money supply can be reduced? So deflation, they need to, wishes to prevent deflation. So what do you think? Either they need to reduce money supply or they need to increase money supply. Think about it. Deflation as prices are decreasing. So it means that they want that prices should increase. And we know that prices has a positive relationship with money supply. So it means money supply should increase. The main motive of the government is to increase the money supply, right? For increasing the money supply, they have to reduce the interest rate, right? In दोनों में से होगा. They have to reduce the interest rate. Now, government spending, they need to increase the money supply. The government is going to increase the spending in the economy, so the people will be having more money. So this C would be the correct answer for this MCQ. Okay, 19. The diagram shows the impact of tax introduced on the product. Okay. What? So tax impose hone se the supply is going to decrease, right? Which area represent the amount of tax paid by the consumer? So we need to look at the area which is affected by the consumer. Okay. So look at this. We have P1, P2, H, G, F, E. These are the points from which we need to look at. Look, these are the points from which we need to look at. Okay, now remember this thing. This is an equilibrium price, initial equilibrium price, right? Above this is paid by the consumer and below this is paid by the producer. Again, this is an initial equilibrium price. Above this is paid by the consumer. Below this is paid by the producer. So here, at this equilibrium, now this is a new equilibrium. So we will not think about this one. ये जो छोटी सी triangle है ना, this one. Wait. We do not need to think about this triangle. This is known as deadweight loss, which is not in your syllabus, by the way. So I'm saying that above this is an equilibrium, right? And above this equilibrium, all this would be paid by the consumer and below would be paid by the producer. So they are asking about paid by the consumer, right? So here P1, P2, E, F, this is the correct answer. Moving forward, which statement about supply side policies is correct? Again, supply side policies are the policies which are made by the government to protect the suppliers. So it aims to increase the productive potential of the economy. Yes, it could be the answer. It aims to increase the total demand of the economy. No, it's a supply side economy, so we do not need to think about the demand side. It involves the changes in equilibrium in foreign exchange. No, they do not need to think anything linked with the trade, not at all. and it involves changes in the rate of interest. Rate of interest is related to monetary policy, and monetary policy is also a demand supply policy. So the correct answer would be A, right? Next. Next is, which change is most likely to cause faster economic growth in short run? So faster economic growth in short run, for me, the net increase in net migration. If net migration का मतलब क्या है? The people are going in our country and people are going out of our country. So it means more people are going out of our country. No, so it means this would not be the answer. An increase in birth rate is increasing now, so it will be have an impact in future, in long run, so this not be the answer. An increase in death rate, the population is going to decrease, how the economy can grow? No. The increase in retirement age, yes, the people are not going to have more year of working, so this could be a answer for the faster economic growth in short run, right? Next is, how is the pattern of employment likely to change when the countries become more developed? If a country is going to be more developed, so the pattern is going to change. So it means initially it was developing country, it means that there were more rural employment. Now it's a developed country, so it would be more urban employment, or primary to skilled employment, right? Manual to technical employment, and it could be from secondary to tertiary, right? So let's look into it. From rural to urban, yes, it could be the answer, because initially that was rural and now it's urban. From skilled employment to primary, no. Skilled से primary, so it means they are going downward. From technical to manual, no. Manual to technical is development, but that the other way around is not. From tertiary to secondary, no, not at all. So the correct answer would be A. Okay, which item is least likely to be included in consumer price index? Okay, domestic cooking oil, yes. Homemade clothes, milk and mobile phone. Okay, domestic cooking oil means yes, that is included in that. Homemade clothes means that if you are uh, producing clothes, you are making clothes for yourself in your house, not from the tailor. So it means that economic activity is not going to be accounted for in the records. So yes, this could be an answer. Milk is the production that would be accounted for in the consumer price index. Mobile phone is also. So here B is going to be the correct answer. Next. The table shows the statistics of 4 countries A, B, C and D. According to the data provider, which country has the lowest standard of living? So lowest standard of living, we need to think about it. Okay, average year of schooling, okay, come here, this could be. Let's think about the other one. Life expectancy, they are like low होगी, बिल्कुल ठीक है. GDP per head, in submissive this is low. So yes, this one, this A is fulfilling all the criteria that this is lowest, right? So A would be the correct answer. Moving forward. Economic development in country X has progressed at a greater rate than Y. It means X is going to be developed country more. What is most likely explanation of the difference in economic development between country X and country Y. Country X has higher level of spending on education than country Y. Country X has a higher level of unemployment. Unemployment no, grow करिए तो unemployment नहीं होगी. I don't know about A अभी तक, but B तो नहीं होगा. Then for C, country Y has a higher level of investment. We are, if that is investment, it means X के पास कम investment है. So X would not be considered as developed. No, this is not going the answer. Country Y has a higher level of spending on healthcare. It means Y is making progress towards health. It means that Y is going to be developed. But we are looking at the development of X. So yes, country X has a higher level of spending on education than Y. So this A would be the correct answer. '26. A rise in which factor would cause an increase in population growth rate of a country? Birth rate, yes, it could be. If birth rate is increasing, it means growth rate is going to increase. Death rate, no, that is going to decrease. Infant mortality rate, no, it means they are dying. Net immigration means they are going out of our country. No. So this would be birth rate. The 27th is the diagram shows the market for imported goods with equilibrium at point X. The country imposes a tariff on goods. Is the new equilibrium at point A, B, C, or D? So equilibrium is at point X. This is an equilibrium point, which is X, and it imposes taxes. Okay, remember that whenever a government or firm or whosoever, a country is going to impose tariff, that is a tax. So that will affect the supply, right? So the supply is going backward, leftward, right? And there would be no change in the demand of the product. So supply is going to change backward and demand curve would remain the same, right? So here what I say, this is going backward, and with this demand curve, this B would be the correct answer, right? Okay, next, the diagram shows the market for a Chinese yuan priced in US dollar. They have given the demand and supply of the yuan in terms of US dollar. What could have caused the change in demand for yuan from D1 to D2? Okay, this demand has increased or decreased as it has moved leftward, so it means that the demand for yuan has decreased. Now why? The decrease in foreign direct investment in China, yes, it could happen because if someone is going to invest in China, they will demand Chinese currency. But if they are not going to invest in China, so the demand for the currency can decrease. Okay, so this could be the answer. Next, we'll mark it like this. The decrease in the level of tariff levied by China on imports. So the decrease in level of tariff levied by China on imports. So it doesn't link with the, because imports are in terms of the other goods dollar. So we are here to think about the demand for yuan, not about the dollars. So this is irrelevant right now. No answer. An increase in buying of yuan by central bank. Central bank is buying yuan. But if central bank is buying yuan, so can we say that they are linked? If central bank is buying yuan, it's their own currency. So why it is going to affect the dollar? No, not at all. An increase in Chinese rate of interest. If there is an increase in Chinese rate of interest, then it means they are going to be more borrowing. More borrowing means the demand is going to shift rightward, but here it is going to shift leftward. So yes, this is not going to be the part. Here buying yuan is also, demand is going to shift rightward, but here it is shifting leftward, right? So a decrease in foreign direct investment. Nobody wants to invest in China. Okay, now the 29th is, the table shows the average exchange rate of UK pound to the US dollar, that is the amount of dollar that can be bought with 1 pound. So there are 4 years and the exchange rate as given below, that is 1.64, 1.52, 1.35 and 1.25. What would be the likely effect of this change on UK economy? Okay, so we can clearly see that the UK pound is going to depreciate as this is going to decrease. So whenever the currency is going to depreciate, it means that our currency is weak. When our currency is weak, so the exports are cheap. When the exports are cheap, so it means there would be more exports, and now imports are expensive, so it means that imports are going to decrease. Remember this. So a decrease in cost push inflation. Decrease in cost push inflation. Okay, a weaker pound makes imports more expensive, so rather than decreasing cost, it is going to increase cost, right? So this would not be the answer. Decrease in current account deficit. current account में exports और import आते हैं. Export increase करी, import कम हो रही है, so this is going to be positive. So deficit कम हो रही है, this could be. Increase in quantity of imports. No, quantity of imports so कम हो रही है depreciation की वजह से, because that is going to be expensive. Increase in trade deficit. No, there is a trade surplus as exports are more than import. So this would not be the answer. So the correct answer would be B, right? So finally, the last one is, the table shows the component of Japan's current account balance in trillion yen for 2 years. 2 years, so they have given us the current account balances of balance of goods, balance of services, balance of primary income and balance of secondary income. So we need to look at that which one has improved. Balance of goods, -1 to -5. No, this has increased. So, ये और worsen हुआ है. This has not improved. Balance of primary income 14 to 13 decrease हुआ है. This is also not the answer. Balance of secondary income -1.11 से -1.02, ये increase हुआ है, better हुआ है. ठीक है, this could be the answer. Then balance of services -7 to -2 और worsen हुई है, decrease हुई है. So only this balance of secondary income has improved, right? So C would be the appropriate answer. So finally, we have completed our whole content in just 43 minutes with explanation. So students, you can do these questions within 45 minutes. Do your best, attempt the questions, right? Thank you so much. Best of luck. Have a nice time. Allah Hafiz.